Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Unversedpodcast. Podcast. Danny here today. We're going to be talking about Room Service. It's the brand new EP from Kadesh Flow. Came out a couple days ago. And this was recording during MagFest of this year. In between sets in the hotel room of Kadesh. With wonderful features of IQ, Shubzilla, Atlas, and O Super. Let's get into it. It's got 6 tracks. And the instrumentals, I gotta say, right now are nice. Really good stuff. Expected quality of Kadesh Flow, I think, and I really think he also stepped his game up with it too. Right? Cause coming off of Gateways, which I believe was his latest album, right? That was his last album that came out, all the way back. Oh, actually, We Are the Faithful was the latest one. I'm sorry. But that was all the way back in 2015. We're nearing 3 years since then. But yeah, this has that Gateway feels where it's, sure, there's some nerdcore in here, but now let's just focus on the music aspect of this album. And I really think he gets the job done there, and it's really fantastic. My favorite track so far on the album is the last one, Progression. Resolutions Part 2 is what it's called. Really great samples, and even him using his trombone, right? Because he's, I feel like that's what he would like to be known as a nerdcore hip-hop artist that uses the trombone in his music. And that really shows in Progression. It's just a really wonderful loop that he made with his trombone and then added with the beats and stuff in there. It's just really good, really nice and smooth. So this is a really good album, I think. He definitely has a positive message to deliver when it comes to the tracks. And just thinking like, yeah, this was recorded during MagFest. Like, that's pretty crazy. It's an interesting thing to see happen on here. Bill Beats was also on here. He works with the instrumentals as well. So you could kind of hear that in here too. Really nice stuff overall. Really surprised with the features too, especially with IQ. I thought he really stepped his game up here too, which was really nice. He has a nice flow for sure, and then right here he really dished it out and made sure yeah, this is me, this is IQ, this is what you should expect of me, and he's right. It's really great stuff here. Again, only 6 tracks. It's an EP, so don't expect too much when it comes to it as far as number of tracks that'll be in here. And without that, I know you could kind of hear it in the background maybe, but yeah, listening to it right now, and it's just, really good stuff. Kadesh does experiment here in this album, with different styles of hip hop, right? I think he usually is, appreciative of the boom bap style with fast lyrics going into it, but now he's going into some different tempos and versions of hip hop that you would probably hear in modern times hip hop, current today, and it's not that bad. It's not mumble rap, right? So it's the other stuff that you hear all the time, the da 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 kind of stuff, and he makes it flow really nice. You can understand the lyrics very smoothly. And like I said, it's basic Kadesh flow, but he really does step his game up. Heck, Resolutions, that I think is another aspect of this is a highlight of Kadesh's music, right? 'Cause sure, basic Glassy Eyes Part 2, right? That's very modern day hip hop, right? Something not typical in nerdcore or Kadesh's music specifically. But then when you get to Resolutions, it's very reminiscent of All Day Mix that he did on the nerdcore vocal producer competition, which I think is also the same instrumental Richie Branson used for his Stand Up on Him, I think, for that song. But this is reminiscent of that, Resolutions. And of course, again, Progression, right? The last track on this EP, that's also very Kadesh flow. So I'm glad that he's experimenting on an EP, so that way he could check out what he can improve on for his next official album that's going to come out. Cause he said he's been working on a couple projects that's just been, in the back burners since, We Are the Faithful. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what changes he might do to those albums based off the reactions from Room Service. And I mean, that's kind of pretty much all I have to say about this album. It's a good time. It's pretty fun, enjoyable. I've been listening it on loop a couple times here and there, and really, really impressed with how he's still doing what he's doing, and also trying to experiment to make his music even better. Right, like right here with FYI featuring Atlas and Oh Super. He's got the chorus, like the intro chorus of him, which he's been kind of doing here and there, the singing aspect. It's not very prominent in this album, I don't think, but that aspect of him doing it, it's pretty good. And also this, with the lyrics, it's very Kadesh flow. You can hear with the tempo, the tone, and even his own ad-libs to his tracks, that also have like a faint echo in the back, where it sounds like it's a different audio recording, you can tell. So yeah, I mean, it's really good stuff, very Kadesh flow. Really glad it came out. I'm happy that it happened. And yeah, again, the features on here are amazing. Of course I wish it was more than 6 tracks, but what are you gonna do? It's an EP. Not expecting much again, right? But still, it's pretty good. It's only $5 on Bandcamp. I'm pretty sure it's also on like Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, all that stuff. Of course, I got it on Bandcamp because of the streaming app, and that's where I get all his music. So yeah, I will have the link in the description so you can grab the album or stream it, check it out, see what you guys think. I do think it's worth the grab. The album cover is interesting. It's an inverted color, so they got the image, black and white. They added like this old school effect, something on like Photo Impressions, the program. So it has like this kind of, drawn filter on top, and then he inverted the colors. So it's an interesting cover for Room Service. I wasn't really, I don't know what to expect out of Room Service. But they are in the hotel room that they recorded it from. I remember his, Instagram stories of the updates when they were recording the hotel room. So that's pretty crazy. Hopefully we can get, Kadesh on an episode. We could talk about the process about all this. But while we wait for that, remember guys, you can email us at unversedpodcast@gmail.com, or you could follow us on social media anywhere on social media. And as always, we will talk to you next time.
Look, everybody talks about resolutions, man. Feel like I'm already full speed ahead. Process. When I was 26, my company CEO told me I shouldn't focus on improving the things I know were weaknesses. He just said to maximize my strengths instead. Took his words to heart, and 1 year later I heeded them. Left to do just what he told me. 7 months later, I've got half an ounce of boldness. Improving slowly as I address these bad habits. Killing like lavish when they attack me with passion. I'm hooded, man, with reactions. I only try to jab back and throw a right hook for the market. I was feigning my safety when I set foot in the office. Phone calls and gray carpets. Rolling chairs and 5 coffees. Hope the data I charted would help me hit all my targets. Yeah, I love that job and I dug how it paid. But between the office and all the showtime I played, I spent well over a year working 20-hour days. Totally worth it, but I started making dumb mistakes. I ain't got time to be going broke to chase a dream. I'd rather stay awake and be living what I see. Thinking about my right to vote and the stakes with this regime. Cause lately on my feed, people take it with the tweets. Makes me hit the Congress site to scope the day's new bills and deeds. Seems like it's always something that they're sneaking through. We never notice. We think tweets and memes are evening news. Can't pay attention cause we're way too busy feeding feuds. Keyboard generation, we really need a clue. Airing all your business and your issues so that we can view. Lighting up online so that peeps can get a Pikachu. Catch all of the drama, algorithms, let them feed to you. Ashes to ashes, now the day is past you. Any chance of productivity rendered disastrous. Said this was your year, but now you're looking for a backup. Clickbait on your feed, producing laughter, not like it matters. Look, I'm sick of hearing your resolutions. Yeah, I just wanna be better on this day than I was on the last. Consistent, don't wanna touch the sky just to crash. I was wasting too much time and left my heart in chains. If I'm the girl, of course it's up to me to start the change. You can't threaten a bite when your bark is tame. So many people I know who could be sparking flames. It seems my peers are more dedicated to calling names. These rap communities are all the same. Quote unquote real MCs who wear their hearts on their sleeves, but not really sleeves cause thoughts are getting parted with keys. Talk to OGs and ask what the difference is between you and them when you're driving keyboard passion, art's equivalent. Spats over nothing, getting feuds and threatening violence. Folks who making moves simply view the threads in silence. Told y'all 5 years ago to take less salt. Your blood pressure might drop if the keyboard halts. Put that time into your grind and you might see some results. Instead of lurking awkwardly in pics with peaks you exalt. Beefing you talk, but look, I don't see any walk. Work harder cause these turn-ups on the weekends are false. Yeah, talking hard like nothing can mess with you. Toxic masculinity got you threatening imaginary enemies when you're more sensitive than a recently kicked pair of testicles. Instead of letting pride get the best of you, why don't you set your eyes on what's next for you? Give your best so that I can give my best with you. Succeed so I can celebrate your success with you. I understand it seems impossible, it stresses you. Every leap I take freaks me out, it has me fretting too. Understand that these are things everyone doesn't get to do. There is so much work that I must yet pursue. I am whomever I believe I am. It's cliche until you say it, till you internalize it and then affect behavior. Suddenly everything you touch, you're expecting greatness. Now when I think to make excuses, I reject my fakeness. I grew up playing pool, I'll call my shots before I take them. At 14 said I'd live a life of constant elevation. Told everyone close to me I would stop for no occasion. My generation takes in lots of motivation. Rise and grind, it's my time, hot and potent sayings. I'm guilty of being stagnant while I would post the same things, but I refuse to believe that I'm not supposed to make it. Look, too many people who inspired me lost all their spark. Got ahead of themselves with taking shots in the dark. Yeah, failed resolutions ripped them apart. I took note, I was awestruck and wished for their arch. They were full speed ahead, took a few hits and they parked. Engine fully functional, just a few dents in the car. You never expect them to do this when they start. Progress out of goal till that first failure strips them of heart. Gym is packed in January, but who's lifting in March? Look, I'm sick of hearing your resolutions. Won't you get it moving? I'm sick of hearing your resolutions. Won't you get it moving?